I'll try my level best to explain. I will try my level best to explain this. Okay. So these are the two threads. Okay. One is you. Please mute yourself, everyone. I won't be able to do that. Nilesh ji, I'll make you the host. So आप ना let me just see how I can do that. Okay, here he is. Okay, I made you the co-host. आप प्लीज आप सबको चुप कराते रहना ठीक है. All right, so what I have decided, what I came out with yesterday, what happened was I was thinking कि पीछे ancestry में कितना कुछ हुआ होगा, right? From my father's side, mother's side, grandparents' side, so much must have happened. They have been in the battlefield. They have seen separation. They have seen trauma. They have seen suffering. They have seen so much. So, matlab, I have to bear all of that. Everything is there in me. How does that work? Then morning, I felt that in the beginning, when the humanity started, everything was white. And through this white thread, a fabric was created. Now imagine this is one human being. Through these threads, a human being. So maybe you can say sperm and egg. Okay? पहले pure था. This white, pure human being is created. Okay? Now through this, now this person had gone through a lot of experiences. Experience of love, experience of joy, experience of what are the other colors now? Where are they? Where are my other colors? Experience of uh, anger, fear, then guilt, trauma, all of this. Now, the new thread that came out is very different. अब आया देखो, imagine, is muddled. ठीक है? It is really muddled. It's like, now this DNA or this egg or this sperm is carrying the emotions of this person, right? You've understood this? Okay. Now this merges or connects to a different human being. उसकी अपनी लाइफ स्टोरी है, उसकी अपनी एंसेस्ट्री की कहानी है ना. अब इन दोनों की एंसेस्ट्री से, इन दोनों की कहानी से एक और क्लॉथ वीव हुआ which has all these emotions: yellow, red, pink, blue, dark blue, color changed. Okay. It has red also. It has different shades of life. The shades of life. These are nothing but the shades of life. Okay? Lot of experiences this person is carrying. Now through this, another life is born. ऐसे ही यहाँ से एक और लाइफ born हुई. ठीक है? इसके थ्रू एक और लाइफ born हुई. Now this person is, let's call it brown. ठीक है? अब इन दोनों का merger जब होता है, when they both unite or get married, there's another cloth that is woven that again has lot of shades. Lot of shades मतलब anger, joy, frustration, trauma. इसकी अपनी कहानी लेकर ये और भी chaotic life experiences हो गए. Now अब ये इसने चूज किया स्पिरिचुअलिटी, पर्पल कलर, ठीक है. नाउ दिस पर्सन chose spirituality, is very spiritual. So अब spiritual color क्या होता है? Purple. And when it starts coming up, it start erasing all your trauma, your suffering. वो धीरे धीरे remove होना शुरू हो जाता है. Now the more it is removing, the next person that is born is very spiritual, is almost purple in color. अब शेड्स सबके हैं, शेड्स सब में है, एंगर, फियर, ट्रॉमा इसमें भी था, बट उसने स्पिरिचुअलिटी चूज करी, मेडिटेशन चूज करा, एंड इन सब चीजों को अपनी लाइफ से हटाने की कोशिश करी और हटा दिया. अब इसकी जो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन होगी विल ऑल्सो हैव लिटिल बिट ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी, ठीक है, विल ऑल्सो हैव डिफरेंट कलर्स बट विल ऑल्सो हैव अ शेड ऑफ स्पिरिचुअलिटी. अब वेयर द फोकस इज, उसके लाइफ एक्सपीरियंसेस उसको एंगर, फ्रस्ट्रेशन, फियर, ये सब भी दिखाएंगे, लव, जॉय, पीस, ये सब भी दिखाएंगे, और साथ साथ इसको स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ भी करेंगे. बट नाउ इट इज अ चॉइस. कहते हैं ना, ह्यूमन बींग्स हैव अ चॉइस वेदर टू go with, stay in that environment or choose things differently. Now this person chooses spirituality again. So what will happen? All these shades will start moving, going, and this person will be more of this color. Now when this color comes, what happens? All these negative shades disappear and the person is able to merge with the light from where it came. So purpose is for us, when we are understanding all of this, we are just bringing into our awareness. मैंने एक और quote लिखा था that there are so many people who go through the life as it is, but there are some people that acknowledge and become aware of what they are feeling. Right? Now what are we doing? We are becoming more aware. Simple as that. We are becoming more aware of whatever we are feeling so that we can rewrite our new story. So are you ready to rewrite your new story? And let go whatever has happened, whatever has happened in the past. When we do this, we are also letting go, freeing them, and freeing our future generations. So that got me so much solace कि ठीक है, we are living with awareness. And that's the best thing. We are choosing spirituality, we are choosing wisdom, we are choosing knowledge. Rather than just ignoring, suppressing, and ठीक है चलता है, सबके साथ होता है ना. I always used to feel my friends 10 years back, they were very happy and they're still very happy. And I feel इतना spiritual करने के बाद भी, of course I'm happy, ऐसा नहीं है, but I am cleaning more and more and I'm becoming aware of my uh, things more and more and I'm trying to become a better person. Why? Why is this happening? Why can I not just let it be? The question I got was maybe we all are more aware. We are living in awareness. That's why. Okay. So let's cut it short and let's start. Let's start reading. Because this is a never ending and I love to talk about it. Now what we're going to be reading today.
Erika,
Okay, let's start. So we are on chapter 2, 3 generations of shared family. एक second. Okay. 3 generations of shared family history, the family body. I feel very strongly that I'm under the influence of things or questions which were left incomplete and unanswered by my parents and grandparents and more distant ancestors. It often seems as if there were an impersonal karma within a family which is passed on from parents to children. It has always seemed to me that I had to complete or perhaps continue things which previous ages had left unfinished. Carl Jung, Memories, Dreams, Reflections. If you remember, I always say कि जब हम अपने ancestors के features, voice, body type ले सकते हैं, बीमारियां ले सकते हैं, तो of course अच्छी चीजें भी लेते हैं, right? When they have done something good in the past, they have built some hospital, they have done some donation, the good karma also passed on to us. So अगर trauma भी pass हुआ है, we become aware and we release it. Simple as that. The history you share with your family begins before you are even conceived. In your earliest biological form, as an unfertilized egg, you already shared a cellular environment with your mother and grandmother. So three generations together shared the same environment. How? Please understand. When your grandmother was 5 months pregnant with your mother, the precursor cell of the egg you developed from was already present in your mother's ovaries. This means that before, when your mother was even in her mother's womb, you were as egg already present. This means that before your mother was even born, your mother, your grandmother, and the earliest traces of you were all in the same body. Three generations sharing the same biological environment. This isn't a new idea. Embryology textbooks have told us as much for more than a century. Your inception can be similarly traced in your paternal line. The precursor cells of your sperm you developed from were present in your father when he was a fetus in his mother's womb. With what we are now learning from Yehuda studies and others about the way stress can be inherited, we can begin to map out how the biological residue of traumas your grandmother experienced can be passed down with far reaching consequences. There is, however, a significant biological difference in the evolution of the egg and sperm. Your father's sperm continued to multiply when he reached puberty, right? So, जो sperm होता है, they continue to multiply. Whereas your mother was born with a lifetime supply of eggs once her egg cells were formed in your grandmother's womb. जितने eggs बनने थे वो womb में ही बन जाते हैं, ठीक है? Whereas the sperm keep multiplying. That cell line stopped dividing. So 12 to 40 or so years later, one of those eggs fertilized by your father's sperm eventually developed into who you are today. In either case, both the precursor egg and sperm cells, science now tells us, can be imprinted by events with the potential to affect subsequent generations. Because your father's sperm continues to develop throughout adolescence and adulthood, his sperm continues to be susceptible to more traumatic imprints, almost up until the point when you are conceived. So, the impression till the time it is fertilized, जो sperm है, it is keep getting the imprints. The implication of this are startling vast as we see when we look at the emerging research. Now, cellular biology. Scientists originally believed that our parents' genes forged the blueprint from which we were created. And that, with just the right amount of guidance and nutrition, we would develop seamlessly according to plan. We now know that our genetic blueprint is merely the starting point as influences from the environment, from as early as conception, begin to shape us emotionally, psychologically, and biologically. And this shaping continues throughout our lives. So we have been exposed to the environment when we were in grandmother's womb, like mother was there, okay? And so many emotional environment we have gone through, right? More than our age also. The pioneering cell biologist Bruce H. Lipton, if you notice, if you understand that when I told you that my healing There were three people whose books really helped me. One was Bruce H. Lipton, one was Louis Hay, and of course Master Chow Kuk Sui. So three of them really helped me to understand my body. एंड ब्रूस एच लिप्टन का उस वक्त मुझे इतना समझ नहीं आया था, इतना समझ में आया था दैट वॉट एवर योर बॉडी हैज क्रिएटेड इट कैन बी रीडन. You can recreate whatever you want. And that really helped me to recreate my body and to heal. The pioneering cell biologist Bruce H. Lipton demonstrates that our DNA can be affected by both negative and positive thoughts, beliefs, and emotions. Doctor Lipton spent decades as a medical school professor and research scientist investigating the mechanism by which cells receive and process information. As a Stanford scholar and researcher from 1987 to 1992, he demonstrated that signals from the environment could operate through the cell membrane, controlling the behavior and physiology of the cell, which in turn could activate or silence a gene. His ideas and discoveries, which were once considered controversial, have since been corroborated by many researchers. As a result of his work with both animal and human cells, we now have a window of understanding into how cellular memory is transferred in the womb from a mother to her unborn child. According to Lipton, the mother's emotions such as fear, anger, love, hope, among others, can biochemically alter the genetic expression of her offspring. ये तो खैर हमारे महाभारत में भी हमने सुना था ना. Who was the person who जिसने चक्रव्यूह तोड़ा था? Right? He was in the mother's womb. The mother was listening to Krishna, and by the time Krishna told her how to break,
अभिमन्यु.
how to
अभिमन्यु.
he could break it, but he could not come out. Abhimanyu, right? Abhimanyu. So he could break it, but by the time Krishna told her how to come out of it, she slept. So the baby in her womb could only get the message of how to break it. But he could not come out, so he died. These chemicals, so it is there. And also for pregnant women, is always said, do nice things, listen to good things, be happy because of all of this, right? With the nutrients, she also released during pregnancy, nutrients in the mother's blood nourish the fetus through the wall of the placenta. With the nutrients, she also releases a host of hormones and information signals generated by the emotions she experiences. These chemical signals activate specific receptor proteins in the cells, triggering a cascade of physiologic, metabolic, and behavioral changes in the mother's body as well as in the fetus. Chronic or repetitive emotions like anger and fear can imprint a child, essentially preparing or reprogramming how the child will adapt to his environment. Lipton explains when stress hormones cross the human placenta, they cause fetal blood vessels to be more constricted in the viscera, sending more blood to the periphery, preparing the fetus for a fight flight behavioral response. In that sense, a child who experiences a stressful in utero environment can become reactive in a similar stressful situation. That's why it's always said the elder child is always a suppressed one. A elder child has gone through more than the second or the third or the fourth child because new mother, he doesn't know how the first child needs to be brought up. There are now and yeah, okay. तभी कहते हैं in our constellation work also they say the first child carry the most imprints of the ancestry. There are now numerous studies documenting how a pregnant mother's stress even as early as the first trimester can affect her child. One such study, published in 2010 in Biological Psychiatry, examined the relationship between prenatal stress and its effect on the neurodevelopment of infants. The researchers measured the stress regulating hormone cortisol in the amniotic fluid of 125 pregnant mothers to determine stress levels. The findings demonstrated that babies exposed to increased cortisol in utero as early as 17 weeks after conception exhibited impaired cognitive development when they were evaluated at 17 months old. In his book, Nurturing the Unborn, a 9-month program for soothing, stimulating, and communicating with your baby, psychiatrist Thomas Verney tells us if a pregnant mother experiences acute or chronic stress, her body will manufacture stress hormone, including adrenaline and noradrenaline that travels through a bloodstream to the womb, inducing the same stressful state in the unborn child. Verney goes on to say, our studies show that mothers under extreme and constant stress are more likely to have babies who are premature, lower than average in weight, hyperactive, irritable, and colicky. In extreme instances, everybody must be thinking about their babies now. अच्छा मेरा बेबी कैसा था? In extreme instances, these babies may be born with thumbs sucked or raw or even with ulcers. Lipton stresses the importance of what he terms conscious parenting. Parenting with the awareness that from preconception all the way through postnatal development, a child's development and health can be profoundly influenced by the parents' thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. Parents that did not wish to have a child, parents that are continuously concerned about their own and consequently their offspring chances for survival, women who sustain physical and emotional abuse during their pregnancy, all represent situations where adverse environmental cues surrounding the birth of the child can be passed on to the offspring. With the knowledge that emotions can be biologically communicated and the fact that 3 generations share the same biological environment of the womb, imagine this scenario. A month before your mother is born, your grandmother receives the devastating news that her husband has been killed in an accident, with a new baby to prepare for, and a little space to grieve the loss. Your grandmother would likely submerge her emotion into the body she now shares with her daughter and grandchild. You and your mother would know something about that grief from a place deep inside you, a place all 3 of you share. Are you able to understand this? A grandmother did not get the time to grieve or to acknowledge the emotion of her husband she lost. Now, that emotion is stored in her body, in her daughter, and also in the grandchild. What she felt as grief is something different that the mother and the child can experience later on. Now, it's within this shared environment that stress can cause changes to our DNA. In the next section, we'll look at how our genes are affected by traumas in our family history. Bruce H. Lipton work on cellular memory both predates and supports the emerging field of epigenetics. I remember one thing about him, what he said. So when I was reading his book, the Bruce H. Lipton का एक बहुत अच्छा book है, The Biology of Belief. That's also I would really recommend you all to read. So what he says is, um, okay, when a cell in a body like is damaged, okay, but every 6 months, 1 year, the entire body is renewed. Every cell is new. Then कैसे पता लगता है the cell needs to be old or the heart needs to be, different, has to have that kind of, because the cell transfers the memory to the new cell. The memory is transferred. Now, how can you stop it? I did this method and I changed my liver condition. Before, I told you, within 6 months, my liver, my body was completely okay. How I did it, I used to touch my liver and I would say, you're healthy. You're absolutely fine. And this was the message I was giving my liver, my body every day. And now I knew कि जो नया सेल बनेगा उसके पास यही नया मैसेज जाएगा. new code will go, new information will go. And that was the information I wanted it to pass. I forgot about it. I can do it with my eyes. I can do it with so many things. उस वक्त emergency थी तो so much I've done. And slowly, slowly what happens is you forget. So thank God I remembered, and we all can do with for so many things. From eyes. Just look at your eyes. You're absolutely fine. You're absolutely healthy. I can see clearly. Every day give this message to your body. I'm young. I'm beautiful. I'm excellent. I'm wise. So whatever your message you will give to your body, it will be given. It will go. So let's read more about this. It's very interesting. Okay. Bruce Lipton's Where Was I? Surprising. Okay. Originally, it was believed that our genetic inheritance was transmitted only through the chromosomal DNA we receive from our parents. Now, with greater understanding of the human genome, scientists have discovered that chromosomal DNA, the DNA responsible for transmitting physical traits such as the color of our hair, eyes, and skin, surprisingly makes up less than 2% of our total DNA. The other 98% consists of what is called non-coding DNA and is responsible for many of the emotional, behavioral, and personality traits we inherit. Scientists used to call it junk DNA, thinking it was mostly useless, but they have recently begun to recognize its significance. Interestingly, the percentage of non-coding DNA increases with the complexity of organisms, with humans having the highest percentage. Even if you know कि third eye में there's a blue pearl, उसको भी uh, people say it's a junk, उसका कोई use ही नहीं है, but it is used for our spirituality. The more we think, the more we concentrate here, the more our spiritual cord opens up and more light comes into our being. The non coding DNA, scientists used to call it junk DNA, thinking it was mostly useless, but they have recently begun to recognize its significance. Okay, I've read this. Non coding DNA is known to be affected by environmental stressors such as toxins and inadequate nutrition, as well as stressful emotion. The affected DNA transmits information that help us prepare for life out of the womb by ensuring that we have the particular traits we'll need to adapt to our environment. According to Rachel Yehuda, epigenetic changes biologically prepare us to cope with the traumas that our parents experienced. Epigenetic changes biologically prepare us to cope with the traumas that our parents experienced. In preparation for similar stresses, we are born with specific set of tools to help us survive. This is new to me. I'll read this again. Okay? According to Rachel Yehuda, epigenetic changes biologically prepare us to cope up with the traumas that our parents experienced. In preparation for similar stresses, we are born with a specific set of tools to help us survive. So, on the one hand, this is a good news. We are born with intrinsic skill set and environmental resilience, as Yehuda calls it, that allows us to adapt to stressful situations. On the other hand, these inherited adaptation can also be detrimental. For example, the child of a parent who early in life lived in a war zone may inherit the impulse to recoil in response to sudden loud noises. Although this instinct would be protective in the event of a bomb threat, such as heightened startle response can keep a person in a highly reactive state even when no danger is present. In such a case, an incongruity would exist between a child's epigenetic preparedness and the actual environment. Such a mismatch could predispose someone to stress disorder and disease later in life. So, you understood, right? So, a parent who has lived in the war zone, so used to the loud noises, and would coil up in bunks Whenever such a thing happened, the child listening to a loud noise would coil up. It's a protective thing that the child is doing. It's a response, but the child is not responding in the right way because of whatever has been passed on. These adaptive changes are caused by chemical signals in the cells known as epigenetic tags, which attach to the DNA and tell the cells to either activate or silence a specific gene. There's something in the external environment that affects the internal environment. This is a very important line. There's something in the external environment that affects the internal environment. And before you know it, a gene is functioning in a different way, says Yehuda. The sequence of the DNA itself doesn't change, but because of these epigenetic tags, its expression does. Research has shown that epigenetic tags can account for differences in how we regulate stress later in life. I read somewhere that our DNA is like the piano keys, black and white, like piano keys. Now, a person is like an environment. Okay, the environment, if it is good, the music will be very beautiful, very melodious. But if the environment is not good, if the person who's playing is not good, the music that comes out of those that this piano can be horrifying also. So depends. So our internal also depends on the external environment. Scientists used to believe that effects of stress were erased in the precursor sperm and egg cells soon after fertilization occur, before any epigenetic information could affect the next generation, like data being erased from a computer's hard drive. Scientists have now demonstrated, however, that certain epigenetic tags escape this reprogramming process, are in fact transmitted to the precursor egg and sperm cells that will one day become us. The most common epigenetic tag is DNA methylation, a process that blocks protein from attaching to a gene, suppressing its expression. DNA methylation can positively or adversely affect our health by locking helpful or unhelpful gene in the off position. When a stressor or trauma occurs, researchers have observed irregularities in DNA methylation that can be transmitted along with a predisposition for physical or emotional health challenges to subsequent generations. Now, another epigenetic mechanism that plays a specific significant role in gene regulation is the small non-coding RNA molecule called microRNA. My God, too much of biology. मैंने 12th में छोड़ दी थी, but I think दोबारा से पढ़ना पड़ रहा है. But it's interesting. Thank God exam नहीं देना इसका. As with DNA methylation, stress-induced irregularities in microRNA levels can affect how genes are expressed in multiple generations. Among the numerous genes affected by stress are the CRF, corticotropin releasing hormone receptors, and CRF2 genes. Increased level of these genes everything can be healed. Whatever you want can be healed. Increased levels of these genes have been observed in people who have depression and anxiety. The CRF1 and CRF2 genes can be inherited from stressed mothers who share similar increased amounts. Scientists have documented numerous other genes that can also be affected by trauma experienced early in one's lifetime. Now, our researchers demonstrate that genes retain some memory of their past experiences, says Dr. Jamie Hackett from the University of Cambridge. The historic study conducted by Yehuda in 2005 brought considerable awareness to the idea that stress patterns do, in fact, transfer from pregnant women to the children. Pregnant women in the second or third trimester who were either at or near the World Trade Center during 9/11 attacks in New York City and who went on to develop PTSD, delivered children who had low level of cortisol. Their children also exhibited increased distress in response to new stimuli. Their children also exhibited, when cortisol levels are compromised, so is our ability to regulate emotions and manage stress. Now, these babies were also smaller for their gestational age. So children born after during the pregnant women who has witnessed this World Trade Center 9/11 attack, their cortisol levels were very high, and because of that, it was difficult to regulate the emotion and manage their stress. You know, now, okay, Yehuda and her team suggest that the result of 9/11 study are most likely due to epigenetic mechanism. They found 16 genes that express differently in those who developed PTSD after 9/11 compared with those who did not. In an August 2015 study published in Biological Psychiatry, Yehuda and team at New York's Mount Sinai Hospital demonstrated that gene changes could be transmitted from parents to their children, analyzing a particular region of a gene that's associated with stress regulation. Yehuda and her team found that Jews who had experienced trauma during the Holocaust and their children shared a similar genetic pattern. Specifically, they found epigenetics tags on the very same part of the gene in both parents and children. They compared the result with Jewish families who were living outside of Europe during the war and determined that the gene changes in the children could be attributed only to the trauma that the parents experienced. Of course, I mean that's what we have understood. Parents who experienced the trauma or they have lived in that environment, उनका ही जीन तो है वो change होगा. There are now a significant number of studies demonstrating how the traumatic experiences of parents can influence the gene expression and stress patterns of their children. In an article entitled Epigenetic Mechanism of Depression, published in JAMA Psychiatry in February 2014, Dr. Eric Nestler writes, indeed, stressful life events have been shown to alter stress susceptibility in subsequent generations. Pregnant mothers who developed PTSD after 9/11 gave birth to children who not only had compromised cortisol levels but also were more easily disrupted by loud noises and unfamiliar people. One study in England found that children's emotional and behavioral problems doubled when their mothers were anxious during pregnancy. Traumas has the power to reach out from the past and claim new victims, writes addiction psychiatrist Dr. David Sack in Psychology Today. Children of a parent struggling with post traumatic stress disorder can sometimes develop their own PTSD called secondary PTSD. He reports that about 30% of kids with a parent who served in Iraq or Afghanistan and develop PTSD struggle with similar symptoms. The parent's trauma, he says, becomes the child's own, and behavioral and emotional issues can mirror those of the parent. Children with a parent who was traumatized during the Cambodian genocide, for example, tend to suffer from depression and anxiety. Similarly, children of Australian Vietnam War veterans have higher rates of suicide than the general population. Native American youth on reservations have the highest suicide rate in the Western Hemisphere. Now, as I'm reading this, my heart is going towards all the Iranians and all the war zone areas. What is happening to their children? How much stress they must be in. Let's do a great invocation to bring down more peace today. In some parts of the country, the rate is 10 to 19 times higher than that of other American youth. Albert Bender, a Cherokee historian and attorney specializing in Native American law, suggests that the intergenerational trauma felt by all the Native people, but particularly by Indian youth, is a result of the historical policy of genocide. exemplified by the endless massacres, the forced removals and military campaigns that continue to the end of the 19th century, culminating in the Wounded Knee massacre. He believes that the generational grief is fueling these suicides. All of these memories, he says, resonates in the mind of our young people in one form or another. He reports that young people are hanging themselves at such a high rate that a week without a suicide is now considered a blessing on many reservations. My God, that's too much. Think how much are we?
Ma'am, what is the way to come out of it for the children?
Yes, that's also, I'm looking for that answer in the later. They're going to be telling the ways how we can come out of it.
And one more thing, like for the children, what our mothers will feel after listening to it. And we that how our child has been born. See the trauma. But what stress was we suffering through, we were passing through.
So I didn't get you. Can you come again? Who said? Okay, can people who have switched off their cameras can switch on the cameras? Should we continue reading or just stop it here? See,
We
continue
do meditation.
Let's do a great invocation for that
for the people now.
God.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
the great invocation for people and also understand we are reading it just to understand how it is passed on. People who have gone through how they have taken the trauma. तभी तो ये जो constellation work started in after World War II because people needed to heal whatever has happened, whatever they have gone through all this while, right? And as Indians, I think for freedom fighters, uh, partition, so much we must have gone through. Now, going back, my nani was there in the freedom fighting zone era. Yours must be. My mother was born in 1946, I guess. Some I have also seen freedom fight environment. अगर
Same.
देखा जाए
My
तो.
mother also born in 1946.
Yes, yes, Abhishek. What are you
And
saying?
well, and my mother also, she was born in during 1946.
Hmm. So
And
we have
during
seen the.
partition, during the partition happened which month I don't know, but she was just 1 or 2 or 3 months old, maybe the time.
Yeah. See, so we've seen all of this. We've witnessed all of that,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
And my
So,
father time it was the World War was going on.
yeah. So,
Ma'am,
yes, Art.
can I share an experience?
Sure.
When my son was 17 years old, we had been to a handwriting expert for his career counseling.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment he saw his handwriting, he said, "घर में कौन पीता है?" So I said, "कोई नहीं पीता है." So I said, "My husband is a social drinker, that too very rarely."
Hmm.
Then after a minute, I said, "My father used to drink, but I lost my father when I was 13. So my son is not seen." So he said, "Okay, this has come from his grandmother.
Hmm.
That is my mother, and I was the fourth child." So she said there was so much anger against her husband who was drinking. And
Hmm.
since, like you said, the three generations, the eggs are formed. So it was already there in your lineage.
Hmm.
So it was, I could resonate with it.
See, so we have lot of resonance, but again, the question arises, कितना trauma हम लेकर आए हैं and कितना
Yes. So
हमें
it's not
release
only
करना है.
war. This
It's
is
not
not
just
only
war, it
war.
is lot of other things. But a simple thing, just awareness. I'm telling you, only awareness of it can heal it. Simple as
Yes.
that. It is
Yes.
not there to bother. It is only here to get acknowledged and to be released. And luckily, we all are the ones who are acknowledging it. Those who have done constellation, क्या होता है हमसे बोलता है see you, I feel you, acknowledge you. Just these three sentences. What happens when we say these three sentences? We see the difference. We see that power. It loses its power. And then when we do great invocation, it completely goes. Great invocation से क्या होता है? We bring in more light. When we bring in more light, what happens? The light erases all of that. Right? So let's do. So थोड़ा सा और पढ़ लेते हैं. अच्छा नहीं, we don't have time. Let's do great invocation and a short, sweet meditation so that we release whatever we have and create a new environment. We've also learned one more thing, very, very important thing today. What we let go, there are two things that we can do. We are able to let go of all of this thing, whatever has happened, and also create a new environment for us. So, how do we create a new environment? By thinking of new thoughts. And again, I would say Vipassana. Vipassana में गुरु जी यही बोलते हैं, just focus on your breath. Whatever comes, let it come, let it go. Allow it to pass. And slowly, slowly, you will start shedding. You will start becoming lighter and lighter. So every morning for 10 minutes, increase the time, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, just sit with yourself. Nothing but watching your breath, nothing else. And take it up to 2 hours. बोलेंगे 2 घंटे हमारे पास है नहीं. जब 2 घंटे हमारे पास गलत बात सोचने के लिए हो सकते हैं, तो 2 घंटे हमारे पास मेडिटेशन के लिए भी हो सकते हैं. Let's do it and change our life totally, completely, and rewrite our destiny. It is through our will that we can change our destiny. Okay? Because our life is not fully controlled by our DNA. DNA decide everything, our health, life, future. But it is our environment that a good environment will give good expressions, stress, trauma, unhealthy environment. But how we react to all of this also depends the choices that we are making. If you're making the right choices, if you're doing the right thing, we're letting it pass. Okay, so let's do a small meditation, and meditation ke baad we'll do the great invocation. So I want you all to close your eyes. Let's create a beautiful new environment for ourselves where we would want to live. The internal environment is more important than the external environment. When your internal environment is absolutely clean, your external environment will also respond. What kind of environment are you ready to give to your self is very important. Focus on your breath, your inhalation and your exhalation. And as we release everything, whatever our gene, DNA is holding, as we release all of it, as we first acknowledge it, release it. We also bring our focus to what we want, because we are the writer of our own destiny. Inhale and exhale. Focus on your breathing. Your inhalation and your exhalation. Inhaling lots of love, peace, and joy. And exhale out all your stress, your worries out of your system. Inhaling love and exhale out all the sadness, anger out of the system. Inhale the love and light of God and exhale out all the darkness from within. Inhale joy, peace, happiness, and exhale out all your stress, worries, and anxiety. Allow your body to soften. Allow your shoulders to drop. Allow your jaws to be unclenched, relaxed. Your entire body is now very relaxed. One hand on your heart, one hand on your navel. Tell yourself, you're safe and I love you. You're safe. You could say your name as well and say you're safe and I love you. I'm there for you. I'm holding you. I'm here now. I'm here for you now. You are safe. Now imagine you're standing on a path and behind you is the entire lineage. Your mother, your father, their parents, your grandparents' parents, and generations before them, all behind you. Gently become aware of all of them, all their stories, all that has happened with them. Just say, I acknowledge it. I see it. I see you. I acknowledge you. Gently become aware what you have been carrying that is not yours. Your body knows, your body's intelligence knows what is not yours. Just say, what is it that I'm carrying that is not mine? I gently acknowledge it, lovingly acknowledge it. It could be your fear, sadness, struggle, trauma, rejection, abandonment, grief, feeling secluded, not given a place in the family, not feeling welcomed. When a girl is born, they want a boy, and you were never wanted. You felt rejected. You don't need to understand it. Just feel it in your body, whatever I'm saying. The unknowing pain of a family member that you have been carrying. their struggle, their fears. Let the intelligence of your body respond to my voice. Now, as everything has resurfaced, say to your family, dear family, I see your pain. I see what you had gone through. I honor your struggles. Out of love, I've carried this for you. But today I see this was never mine to carry. I carried it out of love. With love and deep respect, I now give it back to you to be acknowledged and be released. Inhale and exhale. I release the pain. I release the fear. I release the burden. Please take it back. Acknowledge it and release it to the light. Please bless me as I choose a different life. As I choose to rewrite my destiny. What you faced, I acknowledge it. What you have gone through, I acknowledge it. I need your love and blessings to flow through you to me. Any karmic ties, any unconscious contracts that keep me stuck in suffering, I now complete them. I choose to learn through love, not pain. Now feel your body, lighter, clearer, and free. As you've released the past, as your body now feels lighter, in front of you a new path is opening. This is your life, your truth. Now see yourself walking forward. Describe when you walk on this path, your newly created path, your new destiny. What is it that you're carrying from them? Their blessings, their love, peace in your heart, love in all your relationships, a lot of abundance in your life, joy in all your relationship and in your life, respect for self. Integrate with this new energy. Imagine that the blessing hands of your parents are behind you. And with their blessings, you're moving forward in life with love, with joy, with happiness, creating the future that you always wanted with health, good health, happiness. As you walk forward, see your children, see your husband, see your children, see your wife if you have. You're both healthy, very happy. See your children very happy, full of joy, amazing relationship, harmonious relationship that you have. Mentally say, I'm free, I'm safe, I'm supported. I choose love, joy, and abundance. Integrate with love. Make a mental picture of how your life is going to be. Happy, healthy children. Happy, healthy, abundant family. Love and harmony in your family. Free, blessed, loved. And whenever you're ready, gently and slowly you can open your eyes, the big smile. Rub your palms, massage your face. Okay, just to conclude this, what I want you to do is get up and walk as if it's a new life and you're walking. And with every step you walk, just say, I'm walking free. I'll guide you, okay? I won't walk. I'll guide you. So everybody just stand up. Rather, I want to walk too. As you walk, take one step and feel it. Wherever you're standing, just feel it. I'm free. I'm full of love. Free and full of abundant and blessed. I'm the creator of my own destiny. I'm the creator of my own life. I'm walking with health. Integrate all these energies in your body and come and sit. Your body will remember this. Okay? Awesome. Let's do one great invocation to close the session. Okay? Raise your hands in blessing posture. Visualize all the people who are going through tough times. They are in the war zone area. The point of light within the mind of God. Let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. Let light descend in the war zone areas. And all the people in those areas. May they be protected, shielded. Just imagine there's a light pink color light around them which is protecting them, filling them with a lot of love. On the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. May the world teacher returns to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the wills of every person, every being. The purpose which the holy masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the will to do good descend on earth. From the center which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may its yield over evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend on earth. Let light, love, and power manifest the divine plan on earth. So be it, and so it is. Just imagine everybody is very happy. They're all safe. The war is over. Just see these words. War is over. The war ends. Whenever ready, below face. Step your palms, massage your face. So every time we read something like this, we're also becoming aware, our body is also becoming aware. When our body is becoming aware, it is released out. When it is released out, we have to fill it up with something that we want because we are the creator of our destiny. Right? Now, what I want you to do tomorrow, write everything that you want. I've done this work with you so many times, but now we are doing it with a different light, with awareness. You can ask for materialistic things also, but yes, ask for something which your soul can carry from lifetime to lifetimes. Okay? This could be your good health, happiness, experience of joy, experiencing good people, abundance, living in gratitude, all of this. Meeting highly wise people, Sadgurus type के and people who will help you, guide you, take you on the right path. May you become that who guide people to be on the right path. So everything that you want, just keep writing tomorrow. Write at least 20, 25 of them. Because this is going to be your new identity. Okay? So I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Good
you
night.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you so
Very
Thank
much.
nice
you.
session, ma'am.
I'm
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
happy.
ma'am.
We
Thank you.
enjoyed.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shalini.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Feeling
Thank you
very
so
good,
much.
huh?
I'm so happy. Thank you, Pina.
So,
Thank you, Nireshji. Thank you, everyone.
thank you. Thank you so much.
We have never thought of.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sorry. What have you not thought of?
Think that we know that we are करते हैं और आप कई बार हमें सिखाते हैं जब आप बोलते हैं तो दिमाग में आता है ऐसा
मेरे को आपकी आवाज बिल्कुल भी समझ नहीं आ रही है. It's not clear.
मुझे भी नहीं.
मैम आप जब सिखाते हो ना
Yeah.
तो ये बात समझ में आती है मतलब हम लोग को पता रहता है कई चीजें बट हम लोग सोचते नहीं है उसके बारे में फिर अभी जैसे आप बुक रीडिंग करते हो या कोई भी सेशन करते हो ना तो वो बात फिर दिमाग में आती है कि नहीं ये बराबर है ऐसा होना चाहिए ऐसा करना चाहिए तो वो अवेयरनेस है ना वो आप लाते हो तो
It's a group, Hina. I think we're all together when we all aspire for the same thing. वो awareness अपना पाती है. So each one is responsible for bringing this awareness into the group. I am also speaking and I am also getting aware. मैंने खुद बोला ना आज that there were certain things which I have forgotten. But because I'm now reading this book, it is again coming back to me. ओ ये भी कर सकते हैं वो भी कर सकते हैं पॉसिबिलिटी है पता सबको सब कुछ है वी जस्ट रिमाइंडिंग ईच अदर एवरीथिंग
रेफरेंस होता है ना कुछ तो याद आता है वापस से तो
यस
वो यहाँ ग्रुप में होता है
बिल्कुल I'm again lost what you're saying
मैम
but anyway,
तो अच्छा मैम आप सुबह मेडिटेशन में बोलते थे ना 70 मिलियन न्यूट्रॉन्स वाला हम जब
yeah
करते थे
yes
तो कैसे हम लोग पूरा वो
prayer
रीराइट कर सकते हैं या दैट वे
yes
तो
I
दिस
would
इज
say
रिलेटेड
that
टू
yeah where did I get that passage from there's a beautiful book called The Soul Healing
ओके
तो उसमें
इट
उसमें
वाज
से
Really?
वेरी
निकाला
गुड
था
I still command my neurons every day.
you
80
have that
million
prayer
neurons.
हाँ you have that prayer
Eh,
मुझे भेज देना मेरा तो सारा डेटा गया
कौन सा prayer?
18 my
80
18
million?
million neurons now I command you जो भी था वो To
प्रेयर
be
में
healthy,
आप
to be
बोलते थे,
happy.
you were saying that.
100 million neuron, get up and activate now.
हाँ, yeah,
Neuron,
हाँ
get up and
yeah,
activate now.
yeah. Wake up and activate now.
Mm.
So I say these
Morning.
same words every day.
When you wake up. Yes, thank
Yeah.
you. Wow, thank you. I have to read that book again, The Soul Healing. कितना
अच्छा,
कितना ओके उसमें था ये सारा कुछ बहुत
अच्छा. But you were saying every day in the meditation,
या
my 80 million neurons, 100 million neurons wake up and start get activated. Give me good
या
health. Whatever you want, you have to say.
हाँ then I would add whatever I want
Yeah. What?
it to
Yeah.
say. Yes, great, thank you so much. कल सुबह उठ के हम
Thank you.
सब अपने न्यूरॉन्स को यही बोलेंगे, get up, wake up,
Wake up
activate.
actively.
हाँ,
Actively. Wake up
yes,
actively.
yes, and be happy. Oof, that's so
Yeah.
important.
Yes.
All right, bye, take care, enjoy.
Bye. Thank
Good
you
बाय
night,
so much.
everyone.
Thank you.